Very good evening to everyone. We are going to commence our Dhamma talk now. So therefore, please get ready to listen to the teachings of the Buddha. And now we are going to observe precepts. So please say Namo Tassa 3 times. Okay. Please say Namo Tassa 3 times to observe 5 precepts. Buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Saṅghaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Dhammaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Saṅghaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Dhammaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Saṅghaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Sarana-gamaṇaṃ sampunnaṃ Pāṇātipātā vēramaṇī sikkhapaдаṃ samādhiyāmi Adinṇādānā vēramaṇī sikkhapaдаṃ samādhiyāmi Kāmesu miccācārā vēramaṇī sikkhapaдаṃ samādhiyāmi Musāvādā vēramaṇī sikkhapaдаṃ samādhiyāmi Surāmēraya majjapamā dattānā vēramaṇī sikkhapadaṃ samādhiyāmi Tisaranena saddhiṃ pañcasīlaṃ dhammaṃ sādhukaṃ surakkitaṃ kattvā appamādena sampādettabbaṃ Samantha cakkavālesu atrā gaccantu devata saddhammaṃ munirājassa sunantu saggha mokkadaṃ dhammasavana kālo ayaṃ badantā dhammasavana kālo ayaṃ badantā dhammasavana kālo ayaṃ badantā Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammā sambuddhassa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammā sambuddhassa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammā sambuddhassa Very good evening to everyone. As usual, we all have gathered into our places, and I have gathered to this place, and I have come to this place in order to conduct this Dhamma talk. As you know that every month we conduct a special Dhamma talk in English for the benefit of our students, especially those students who are connected to our Sunday schools, and also those students who are connected to our temples, and also those students who are with us from all over the world. And I'm very glad to be here talking to you today, having got another important topic and another important, very interesting topic of the 10 perfections. We have successfully completed all those 8 perfections so far. And today we are going to talk about the one the last one before the last one. That means we are going to talk on 9 paramita of 10 perfections. Dasa paramita. We have talked about these perfections since few months ago, since I think last year. And we have gone through all those 8 perfections so far. And we all have very good understanding about perfections. And we all have very good understanding and knowledge about all these perfections. And now we are going to talk about the another important topic of 10 perfections. That is the perfections of metta, loving kindness. Guess what, children? The topic, today's topic is very interesting one and very important to our life, for our day-to-day life. So therefore, please listen carefully and pay your attention properly. We all know we all understand and we all know the current situation of Australia and also in the world. We can't come to this temple premise because we all know that we are under restrictions. Therefore, we can't come to temple today. Even though you are not here with me physically, and even though your physical bodies are not with me today, I hope, I think, I guess you may sit somewhere at your home and you may listen to the teachings of the Buddha and you may listen to my talk respectively. You need to listen to the talk respectively. Don't do any other things. Don't talk with your parents and don't talk with your friends. Don't look around. Just focus your attention to my talk and try to get the meanings and try to get the message from this talk. We don't have good opportunities to listen to the Dhamma always. And we don't get the chance to listen to the teachings of the Buddha always. We only get this precious time once in our life. So therefore, considering that, please listen carefully and attentively. Don't waste your time. Just understand the importance of the teachings of the Buddha. Just realize the importance of the Buddha and try to listen carefully and try to remember them. And then finally, please apply those teachings to our life. So today's topic is loving kindness, metta perfections. It's a very important one, very beautiful teachings of the Buddha. And very interesting teachings of the Buddha to our life. So children, what do you mean by loving kindness? Have you heard about this term, metta? And have you recited about the Metta Sutta, Karaniya Metta Sutta? Yes, we always recite this sutta. And we all know how we should spread love and compassion and loving kindness towards all living beings. So we are going to talk about loving kindness today. And it is a very important one and it's a very beautiful teachings of the Buddha. So open your ears and let your ears enjoy these beautiful teachings of the Buddha. So, every one of us loves to enjoy, right? We like to have comfortable life, we like to have healthy life, and we like to have luxurious life. And also everyone wishes to gain wealth and a luxurious life. That is the purpose of studying, that is the purpose of working, that is the purpose of having money, right? So therefore, one who wishes to gain enlightenment practices loving kindness, thinking that as same as I like happiness, as same as I like succeeding, as same as I like gaining profit, those who are unfriendly, those who are friendly and neutral. In general, everyone wishes to have happy and successful and also a comfortable life and gain profit. So if somebody can develop those thoughts for the sake of other living beings, so that is considered as, that is known as perfection of loving kindness, metta perfections. All the things, that means the perfection of loving kindness is all about spreading love and compassion towards other beings. You expect their success. You expect their succeeding. You expect their successful life. So if you can spread your love and compassion towards all living beings, that can be considered the perfections of metta. Can you be happy if you see someone success? Can you be happy if somebody is successful? Can you be happy if someone is rich? Can you be happy if someone got highest result of their examination? Can you? If you can keep your heart stable in all these occurrences in their life, that is considered as perfections of loving kindness. I hope that you understand the meaning of loving kindness. Don't worry, I go further in details. In Pali language, it calls metta or mitta, means friend. It becomes metta, means benevolence, friendliness, goodwill, and loving kindness. Though it has the word loving, it should not based on love, based on affections and craving and lust and desire and attachment. Why? Because if your loving kindness is based on greedy and lust and strong attachment and affliction, the result going to be worst one. The result going to be unwholesome one. The result going to be unethical one. Therefore, the primary aims of loving kindness should be to develop altruistic love for all kind of beings, irrespective of who they are. You should not have any classification or discrimination when you spread love and compassion or loving kindness towards anyone. Well-developed loving kindness can be a perfect antidote, a medicine to negative feelings like anger, resentment, ill will, hatred. The Buddha said that if you have anger, if you have resentment, ill will, and if you want to overcome from all these negative feelings or thoughts, the best antidote, the best medicine is loving kindness, nothing else. And also the Buddha said that you have to be very careful when you spread your loving kindness to someone. Why? Because the loving kindness can become with lust, strong desire, attachment, and affliction. What happens if your loving kindness comes with affliction or strong attachment or desire? So the person who receives loving kindness may get wrong benefits, right? The person may expect some unwanted benefits from you. Do you understand that? Let's say I spread my love and loving kindness towards you, and I have lust on you. So I expect something from you, because I spread my loving kindness toward you, and then in return I expect something from you. That is not the right practice of perfection, right practice of loving kindness. We should spread our loving kindness towards all sentient beings without expecting anything in return. You can't expect anything in return if you spread your love, right? Therefore, the Buddha said that you should spread your love and loving kindness towards all sentient beings without expecting anything in return. And the Buddha said that people can practice loving kindness in 3 ways. People can practice loving kindness with bodily actions and verbal actions and also physical actions. So, the practice of loving kindness is all about showing friendliness towards all living beings, whether they are your enemies or whether they are your friends or not. So all should be considered as sentient beings and beings. So you should spread your love and compassion and should show your friendliness even to your enemies or neutral friends. Sometimes, children, you may feel loving kindness towards one beloved ones or someone who is attractive or someone who will win the hearts, while such attitudes won't be towards those who are outsider. That means sometimes some people only spread their loving kindness towards the people who are attractive, towards the people who are rich, towards the people who are cute and adorable. And most of the time, if those conditions are not there, you can't keep your attitude as same as that always, right? For example, if you see a cute baby or adorable baby, a baby boy or baby girl, then you may want to hug, you may want to cuddle, you may want to kiss, you may want to keep the baby, right? Because why? Because you love, you have the feelings towards that baby, because that baby is cute and adorable. You want to hug, you want to have some cuddle, right? And sometimes if the baby wants to eat, you want to feed the baby. In that way you do that, right? But in that way you spread your loving kindness towards that baby with lust and desire and strong attachment and affliction, right? What is the affliction there? The beauty and adorable and appearance of the baby. But what happens if you see a very ugly, poor kid who does not have proper clothes to wear, who has not got nice clothes, and if the baby is dirty, do you want to touch the baby? Do you want to hug the baby? Do you want to talk with the baby? Do you want to cuddle the baby? Or do you want to feed the baby? Indeed, no. Why? Because the appearance of that baby is not comfortable or not as you expect. And sometimes, if the baby comes closer to you, you may chase the baby away. Why? Because that baby is dirty and does not have proper clothes, smelly, and you don't want to spread your loving kindness towards that baby, right? And also, sometimes, if you see a very cute animal, a cute dog, or cute pet at your home, you want to carry that cute puppy or cat or rabbit or whoever that pet is. You have this strong attachment to those animals, right? You want to hug them, you want to keep them, you won't let them to sleep on your bed, and you want to share your food with them, and you let the dog cuddle, kiss you sometime, hug you, right? So why? Because you have strong love and affliction and attachment and greed towards those animals. But what happens if you see the animal with sicknesses, animal who has some injuries on their skin, animal who has lost their fur, right? And if the person is disabled, and if you see a beggar with no proper clothes, dirty clothes, and if you see a sick person, do you spread loving kindness towards them equally? I don't think so. Why? Because you don't like them, you hate them. You don't want to spread your loving kindness towards them. That is not the proper way of practicing loving kindness. The Buddha say that. Your loving kindness should be practiced without lust and without attachment. The correct way of practicing loving kindness is spreading loving thoughts toward everyone without special preferences or without any discrimination, such as rich, poor, beautiful, ugly, educated, uneducated, black or white, handsome or ugly, famous or less famous. You should not consider those factors, those differentiation, those classifications, those preferences. That is not the right way of practicing loving kindness. So how you should spread your loving kindness? He only thinks as same as I don't want pain. I wish others not to have pain as well. As same as I like happiness, I wish others to be happy as well. That is the proper way of practicing loving kindness. So you should not have any differentiation, any classification, or any preferences whenever you practice loving kindness. You should spread your love equally to anyone, without any preferences. Understand? That is the correct path, correct way of practicing loving kindness, as Buddha explained. Further, the practice of metta may be seen in many ways, and it has been compared to a water, cold water. Do you like to drink cold water if the weather is too hot? Do you like? Yes, we do. As the cold water gives satisfactions to virtuous person, as well as to a sinner or non-virtuous person. So the cold water may have not any classification whether this person is virtuous one or non-virtuous. It gives the coolness and satisfactions equally to that person. Both type of person gives the coolness and makes them satisfied with the cold water. Similarly, the kindness, the flow of kindness, a flow of friendliness should flow equally towards the person who are favorable as well as unfavorable to you, right? So you should spread your loving kindness towards all the beings, all of your favorable or unfavorable friends or people, without any discrimination, just like cold water. All beings should become its object, right? All the people of this world, all the animals, including animals, human beings, and non-human beings, all of them should be the objects of loving kindness. So you can't select yourself to spread loving kindness, right? So therefore, without any classification, without any discrimination, without any classes, please spread your love and kindness towards everyone. And things sincerely wish for the happiness of others, for the sake of their happiness. You can wish in this way. Let us be beings be happy. Let's think in this way. Let us all the beings be free from illness and disturbance of any times. So this way we should spread our loving kindness. So loving kindness is one of the four sublime qualities in Buddhism. Do you know what four sublime qualities are? I think you may have learned. Loving kindness is one of them. First one is loving kindness, second one is compassion, karuna, and the third one is sympathetic joy, mudita, and the fourth one is equanimity, upekka. So, loving kindness is one of them, right? The first one, metta. When one is practicing the perfection of loving kindness, unconditional loving kindness should be sent to all living beings, whether they are friendly, unfriendly, or neutral, with nothing expected in return, right? We should not expect anything in return when you spread unconditional love, loving kindness towards anyone, right? So, one may find it much more difficult to send unconditional loving kindness to unfriendly people or enemies. Therefore, the Buddha said that if that is the case, if you find it is very difficult to spread loving kindness towards your enemies or someone who had fight with you, then he asked first to practice tolerance. You have to be tolerant first. You must have patience first when you practice loving kindness. If you want to spread your loving kindness toward your enemies, you can't do it right away. Why? Because you have anger towards that person. Therefore, the Buddha said that please first be a tolerant person and practice tolerance and be a patience person, ivasima, right? So therefore, the Buddha said that first practice tolerance and then try to attempt to transfer loving kindness towards them. So we should learn to forgive others, right? Forgiveness is one of the most important factors when we need to practice loving kindness. When you practice forgiveness, it helps you to generate kind thoughts, right, towards even though someone who has done bad things towards you, right? If you have some kind of kind thoughts, if you can forgive someone who has done bad things for you, you can generate kind thoughts towards that person, right? It is a very good. And if everyone in this world having this great quality of loving kindness in them, so many problems of their lives were arisen due to human action will disappear. So if somebody can, if the people of this world, if the people in this world, if they can practice this great quality, the world will be a harmonious and peaceful one. And the loss of disasters and the unethical actions and the vulgar practices of people, actions of people will disappear if the people practice this great quality of loving kindness. This great quality of loving kindness is such a great characteristic that everyone should develop and must develop in us. Basically, everyone will ethically high if they think and look others with thought of metta. And if you can think others ethically, if you can think that, if you can create some thoughts of metta towards other people ethically, that would be the great character of your life. And when one understands that everyone is fear of getting harm and death as same as I do, right? Buddha said that we all are afraid of getting sick, we all are afraid of death, we all are afraid of harming, right? Nobody likes to get harmed. Nobody likes to get killed. So if you can have that kind of thinking, right? The Buddha said that sabbe tasanti dandasa sabbe bhayanti macchuno. Everybody of us, everyone, even animals, they don't like to get killed. They don't like to get harmed, right? So if one understands how the life situation of all these people, then they can spread their loving kindness towards them, right? Because they have proper understanding about all the beings' life situation, right? And the Buddha said that if one understands how hard people earn their living, then nobody will think to steal their properties, right? If somebody can understand how hard, how people put lots of effort to make their living, if somebody can understand, they may not steal other people's property. They say in that, the Buddha say in that way. In that way, when one can consider oneself as others, if they are to face such painful situation or unpleasant situation. So think, what happened if I had to face this kind of unpleasant situation? I become upset. As same as I become upset, other people also may be upset if they had to face these problems. Therefore, the Buddha said that we also should think and understand this kind of reality in life, then we can spread our loving kindness towards all living beings. And the Bodhisattva, you know that the Buddha, before becoming the Buddha, the Bodhisattva, when he practices 10 perfections, he made a very firm determination that let all beings be free from sufferings and disturbance and diseases. May all beings be experience happiness, right? It said in the Metta Sutta as follows, as in this way: Sukhino va kemino hontu sabbe sattha bhavantu sukhitatta. I expect, I determine to free from all the suffering people from this world. I determine all the people to experience happiness. So the Bodhisattvas make a strong and firm determination in that way. And dear children, I find very, very important explanation about this metta of friendliness in one of the books. It says in this way: friendliness or metta has been characterized by 4 moolas. Moola means roots, okay? Its characteristic is showing benefits to others. Its function is to carry out the noble feeling of friendliness. Its manifestation is to destroy the disturbance of any type. Its cause is to show and display the feeling of friendliness. So these are the 4 main causes, roots of metta, right? There are 4 causes of this metta, roots, right? So in that way, when we consider about the concept of loving kindness, we can understand how important this loving kindness is, right? So therefore, please practice this great quality in your life every day. So let's talk about some benefits. Just now we talked all about loving kindness. Now we are going to practice, we are going to listen benefits, what kind of benefits that we can get if we practice loving kindness. There are very beautiful benefits, my dear children. Please listen carefully. Basically, there are 11 types of benefits for people they can get if they practice loving kindness. In the Metta Anisansa Sutta, one of the discourses of the Buddha of Anguttara Nikaya, it mentioned in this way: Mettai bhikkave ceto vimuttiya asevitaya bhavitaya bahuli kataya sukham supati sukham patibunjati napapakam supinam passati manussanam piyo hoti amanussanam piyo hoti devata rakkanti nasaggiva visangva sattangva kamati tuvatam cittam samadhiyati mukavanno vippasidati asammullo kalang karoti uttaren appati vijjanto brahmalukupago hoti. So there are 11 types of benefits that people can experience if they cultivate loving kindness. So what is the first one? First one is says Sukham Supati. That means one who cultivates the thoughts of metta, that person will be able to sleep without any disturbance. One of the major problems of the world today that people experience is insomnia, right? They can't sleep well. Why? Because they have lots of negative thoughts in their mind. They're like robbers. They always keep lots of negative thoughts in their mind. If your mind is very busy at night, when you fall asleep, if your mind is too busy, you can't sleep properly, right? You get insomnia. Let's think like this. If you have a fight or an argument with someone in the daytime, and you find it's very hard to forget or difficult to forget that fight, so you may have anger towards that person. So when your mind is angry, and when you have hatred towards that person, you may plan so many things to do against that person. How you plan? I want to kill that person. I want to fight back that person. I want to take revenge from that person. And I want to make a wish to lose everything. I want to make wish to lose his everything, right? You may have such kind of mentality at night when you are about to sleep. So if you have such kind of negative thoughts in your mind, can you sleep properly? Why? You can't. Why? Because your mind is very busy with unwholesome thoughts. Therefore, the Buddha said that if somebody wants to sleep very well at night, that person should be free from hatred, free from anger. That person's mind should be full of loving kindness thoughts, right? So if you practice metta and you keep no anger towards that person or anyone, then your mind is free from ill will, hatred, and revenge, right? Then when you are about to sleep, and if your mind is free from all those negative thoughts, your mind becomes calm and serene and stable. When your mind is calm and stable and serene, definitely you fall asleep. Why? Because your mind is very peaceful. No anger, no hatred, no ill will, no anything else. It's like a very gentle and very very relaxed mind, right? Then you don't have to take pills, right? Nowadays people go to the doctor and ask for sleeping tablets, sleeping pills. Why? Because I can't sleep at night. I can't sleep very well at night. Please give me some medicines. Don't take any medicines like Western medicines to let you to fall asleep. Just practice loving kindness, meditation. That is the only antidote. That is only best medicine ever if you can take. If you take that kind of medicine, like loving kindness medicine, it may not harm to your body. If you take pills from your doctor, that medicine may cause some side effects as well as. So no side effects, no external or internal problems in your life if you practice loving kindness. You may sleep peacefully and without any problems. And in the Dhammapada, the Buddha has explained one of the beautiful verses of the Buddha, and many people has used these stanzas, these verses of the Buddha. And I remember one of the prime ministers or presidents of Sri Lanka, when he went to Japan, you know that Japan got bombs, America, right, drop bombs into Hiroshima, right? So at that time, one of the prime ministers of Sri Lanka, he quoted one of the beautiful teachings of the Buddha. He said to the prime minister of Japan in this way: hatred is never appeased by hatred in this world. By non-hatred alone is hatred appeased. This is the law of eternal world. So our anger is never be eradicated from anger. Our hatred is never be never be able to eradicate it from hatred. The hatred is indeed eradicated from non-hatred. Therefore, if you have anger towards someone else, you can't sleep well. And if you try to take revenge from your anger from that person, you may never win. You may get troubles in your life. Therefore, if somebody hates you, if somebody wants to fight with you, so please don't go and take revenge. Don't fight back. Spread love and loving kindness. So that is the only way that you can win the battle, right? That's the first benefit that you can get, right? So you can say goodbye to insomnia if you can practice loving kindness meditation. And the next one is sukham patibujjati. Once you sleep well and you can wake up very well without any problems. What happened in the morning? If you did not have good sleep, sometimes you are not ready to get up and you feel very tired. You don't want to get up from the bed, and sometimes you make some noise. Oh, I don't want to wake up. Oh, my back pain, my body pain. So you mourning, right? So in that way you face some difficulties when you get up in the morning. But if you can practice loving kindness, you can get up easily with fresh mind, with energetic get up, right? So therefore, please practice loving kindness, right? You can have energetic mood to get up. That's because of calmness of your mind, because you can sleep very calm way, then you can wake up very well. And also, napapakan supinam pasati. One of the major problems of the world that people experience is scary dreams, nightmares, right? Many people experience or dream about many nightmares, right? Sometimes some people dream about scary animals. Sometimes some people dreams about ghosts. Some people sometimes dreams about different kinds of beings, right? Sometimes snakes, right? Sometimes some people walk in the dream, right? Have you seen that? Yeah, some people walk in the dream, right? And sometimes they cry in the dream, and sometimes they shout in the dream, right? Why? Because people always do those things. They always have such kind of unpleasant dreams because due to lack of practice of loving kindness, lack of metta practice, right? Why? Because sometimes they have anger towards them, and so sometimes hatred towards them. Therefore, they may have some unpleasant dreams, right? So the Buddha said that before you sleep, if your mind is free from all kinds of deluded thoughts, anger or ill will, then if you go to sleep with that thoughts of loving kindness, but if you can go to bed with loving kindness without having all those deluded thoughts in your mind, you won't be able to dream about all those unwholesome or scary dreams. Just practice loving kindness. May all the beings be well and happy. May all the sentient beings be well and happy. Such way you can think about and spread loving kindness and free your mind from all those deluded thoughts in the mind at night. Then you won't be able to dream about all those scary dreams, okay? When one falls asleep with such conditions of mind, avoid all kind of scary, confusing dreams, right? You may not disturb and interrupt your sleeping if you have good loving kindness thoughts. And sometimes if you practice loving kindness, then if you happen to dream, you may dream about temples, you may dream about some wholesome activities that you have done in the daytime, and sometimes you may dream about some help that you have done in the daytime. So you can have such kind of beautiful and wholesome dreams if you practice loving kindness. That is the third benefit, okay? And the fourth one, manussanam piyo hoti. That means one who practices metta will be pleasant to human beings. Because of this, because of his own pleasant words, thoughts and actions, though others will see him as a nice and kind person, right? If you practice loving kindness, verbally, mentally and physically, and people will think that you are a nice person, and many people want to be with you and want to associate with you. In return, they will be nice to you and will be good friend whom they prepare to associate with you. Yeah, they will associate you. Manussanam piyahoti. You will be a favorable person to the people if you practice loving kindness through your body, mind and mouth. That's the fourth one. The fifth one, amanussanam piyahoti, which means non-human will find him a pleasant and helpful person. If you practice loving kindness, quality of loving kindness or metta towards all sentient beings, even amanusa, non-human beings will protect you and bless you. You may have heard some stories about certain people have disturbed by non-human being, right? Sometimes in Australia, sometimes some people come to temple and tell us, or sometimes some hidden forces come and hit me and hit my head and sometimes fool me when I sleep. So those kind of occurrences may take place sometime. But if you practice loving kindness meditation, those non-human beings may not come and attack you, may not come and disturb you. They will protect you, right? So non-human beings will protect you if you practice loving kindness meditation. So you may not be frightened or you not be scared, right? And you don't have to worry about those spirits or non-human beings if you practice loving kindness. And the next benefit is Deva Rakkanti. The gods or divine beings will protect you, right? So you don't have to go to the some kind of shrines, right? Some people go to shrine room, expecting protection from the gods, protection from other beings, invisible beings, because they worry about their life. But if somebody can practice loving kindness, they don't have to worry about unhidden forces, or they don't have to worry about their life, because they will be protected from the devas, Deva Rakkanti. Do you remember the story of the Karaniya Metta Sutta? Why Lord Buddha delivered this Karaniya Metta Sutta? The Karaniya Metta Sutta was delivered by the Buddha to 500 monks. Those monks one day went to the forest to practice meditation, and one day they practiced meditation, the divine beings of the trees, they disturbed them. Right? They did not allow monks to practice loving kindness. But these monks did not get angry with those disturbances. They went back to the Buddha and asked advice from the Buddha. Buddha recommended them to practice loving kindness, nothing else. Please go back to the forest and practice loving kindness. Then you can lead your celibacy life without any problem. So monks got the instruction from the Buddha and went to the forest again and practiced loving kindness meditation. And the Deva protect them. Deva Rakkanti, all the divine beings protected them and did not disturb. So you also, my dear children, you don't have to beg protection from all those divine beings or all those unpossessed things or unseen higher forces. Just what you need to do is just spread love, just spread loving kindness. Then you don't have to worry. The God will protect you. Trust me, these are not from my mouth, these are from the Buddha's mouth. He has never lied and he has never told any lies throughout his practice. And he has got lots of benefit by practicing these things. And the next benefit, Nasa Aggiva Visangva Sattangva Kamati. One who practices loving kindness and metta meditation, if you cultivate metta meditation or loving kindness towards all living beings without any discrimination, that person will not be affected or disturbed or damaged by fire, poison, weapons. So because of the power of the metta, right? So you don't have to worry about the fire. if you happen to get fire to your body, but if you spread loving kindness, you won't be able to damage your body due to fire. There's a very good story, but since we don't have much time to explain, there's a very good story about this Uttara, Lady Uttara. One day this Lady Uttara practiced loving kindness towards all enemies at that house, and one day the lady wanted pour the boiling oil to her body, right? Body of Uttara. But the Uttara, that she was an extreme mentor actually, so one extreme mentor. She just spread loving kindness towards that the lady who tried to pour boiling oil onto her body. But once that she put a boiling oil onto her body, pour into her body, the Uttara, the lady, spread loving kindness towards that lady. So the oil become cold actually, like water. Did not, her body, the Uttara's body did not get any damages from that incident. So in that way, if you want to get protection from fire, from poison, from snake, the best way is just please practice loving kindness. That is the only way, right? And the next benefit is tuatan chittan samadhiyati. Your mind become very serene, and you can develop your concentration if you practice loving kindness meditation, right? So if you can get a deep concentration of your mind when you practice loving kindness. Why? Because loving kindness is soft, loving kindness is pleasant, and it is sweet, right? So there is no any unwholesome thoughts in loving kindness, right? Therefore, you can have a deep concentration. And the next benefit is mukhavanno vippasidati. If you practice loving kindness, my dear children, your appearance will be an excellent one, right? Why? Because when you practice loving kindness, this happens because the affections of blood circulation with the cultivation of metta meditation. When you have loving kindness towards everyone, your circulation of the blood become very clean and pure, right? Look at the person who get angry. Look at the appearance of the person if the person is angry, right? The appearance may change. If your father gets angry sometime, if your mother gets angry sometime, look at their face. Sometimes their face turn red or black, right? Why? Because they have anger within them, right? Whenever you get angry, also when you get angry, your appearance turn into a bad way, right? Not proper way, right? So if you want to have a very good appearance, it's the best way that you can practice loving kindness. When your blood circulates properly, the heart may, the function of heart also develop very well, right? So whenever you have that kind of loving kindness, your appearance will be a very good looking one, right? And also, next one, asammullo kalang karoti. Whenever you practice loving kindness, you don't have to worry about your death, right? Sometimes people who do not practice loving kindness, sometimes when they are about to die, when they die, they get confusion, right? They die with confused mind. Their mind is not stable, unstable mind when they about to die. Why? Because throughout their life, when they live, they always live with anger, they always live with hatred, ill will, never produce or never cultivate any loving kindness towards anyone. Therefore, when they die, when they are about to die, they always get confused and they always get unstable mind. So if you want to have a stable mind and less confused mind or unconfused mind, please practice loving kindness towards all living beings. Then you can have a stable mind when you are about to die. And also the Buddha said that that thought process will lead to someone to be born as a higher place. Let's say that when you are about to die, if your mind is not disturbed or confused, so you may get a higher rebirth again. Maybe in the Brahma world, you will be reborn again in the Brahma world if your mind is not confused, if your mind is not is unstable. If your mind is unstable, your birth, future birth may be in unlawful state, right? So therefore, please practice loving kindness. And the next one is uttaring appati vijjanto brahma lokupago hoti. The Buddha said that when you practice loving kindness, it is one of the pro-Brahma vihara. So loving kindness, metta is one of the four sublime qualities, right? Four sublime qualities, metta, karuna, mudita, upekka. Loving kindness, compassion, and also sympathetic joy, and also equanimity. So loving kindness is one of them, right? So when you practice loving kindness, that means you practice the qualities of the Brahma. So Brahmas, they have these four great qualities, these four great sublime qualities. So whenever you practice loving kindness, that means you practice practice the qualities of the Brahma. So when you practice the qualities of the Brahma, actually you become the Brahma. You can go to the Brahma world and you can live with them, practicing the Brahma qualities. So those are the 11 benefits that you can get by practicing loving kindness. And also the Buddha has mentioned some kind of benefits that he got by practicing this kind of wholesome deed, practice of loving kindness. The Buddha said that one of his previous lives, he cultivated metta throughout for 7 years. 7 years he has practiced. As a result of that practice for 7 years, he has not come to human world for long years, uncountable years. He has spent his life in all those Brahma world and divine world for many years with Brahmas or great Brahmas, the great Brahmas whom cannot be defeated. So he had lived with all those powerful Brahmas in the world because of the practice of loving kindness. And also you know that Sakra, the head of the divine being, so he has become the Sakra many times because of the practice of loving kindness. And also Raja Chakravarti is another position that you can get. Raja Chakravarti means the monarch, universal monarch. So if you want to be a ruler of all this entire universe, you have to be a universal monarch. So if you want to be a universal monarch, then you have to practice loving kindness. If you practice really loving kindness, you can get those positions as well as. And the Buddha himself said, in one of his teaching, he said, further it is mentioned that practice of generosity, dana, and practice of sila, morality, surpass the practice of metta, right? For the short period of time. So if you can practice loving kindness for the short period of time, that kind of practice may surpass the practice of generosity and practice of morality. Look, the importance of the practice of loving kindness, right? So it is very important, my dear children. Please practice it. If you practice this great quality, you may experience different types of benefits in your life. You may get different types of good results in your life if you practice this kind of great practice quality. So practice of metta can be practiced in 3 ways: physically, verbally, and mentally. How can people practice loving kindness physically? With the thought of metta, you can help others. You can offer food, drinks, clothes, medicine, and building huts and houses, and providing many other items which really helpful for needy people. So those are considered as physical actions of loving kindness with metta. And also you can how can you practice loving kindness verbally? You can spread loving kindness words, sweet words, not harsh words. Don't use any words that hurt others, that harm others, to make others upset. Don't use those kind of words. Please use kind words and kind-hearted words towards the people. That is how you practice loving kindness verbally, right? Pleasant words. Avoid all the unpleasant words. Only sweet and pleasant words. That is how you can practice metta quality verbally. And also, how can you practice metta quality or practice of loving kindness mentally? It is easy. You can wish happiness of others. You can expect happiness and success of others. You can think, may like I do happiness, may all the other people gain happiness. Like I like the way I like luxurious life, may other people also get the luxurious life. So may the way I don't like hateful characters, may others may not like hateful characters. So in that way you can think and wish happiness and success of others, right? Sometimes some people even they don't like to wish and success and happiness of others. They have jealousy and they have anger, they have ill will. So you can eradicate all those anger, ill will, hatred in your mind. So spread non-hatred and also non-hatred and also less and also other kind of positive thoughts or generate positive thoughts towards other people. That is how you should practice loving kindness physically, mentally and verbally. So in that way, if you practice this kind of loving kindness verbally, mentally, physically, the world will be a harmonious one. The world will be a peaceful one. The world will be a less dangerous one. Then we don't have to have police, we don't have to create nuclear weapons, we don't have to develop automatic bombs, we don't have to develop all those viruses to kill people. Why? Because we can spread love and kindness towards all sentient beings. That kind of practice may help us to have happy life throughout our existence. Therefore, please practice loving kindness meditation if you want to lead your life happily, peacefully, without any worry and without any problems in your life. And those are the benefits that you can get by practicing loving kindness meditation, perfection of loving kindness. The question is, how can we practice loving kindness meditation? One of the books of Abhidhamma, Visuddhimagga, Path of Purification, it says, it's explained, one should not practice metta towards four kinds of people. Why? Because, let's see why. Who are they? Four kinds of persons, such as an antipathetic person, very dearly loved person, or neutral person, or hostile person. This is because at the beginning, the practitioner can be fatigued by trying to wish well-being for person who he has so much anger towards. So you may have anger towards such kind of person, hostile person, neutral person, because you are at the beginning. You are still the beginner, right? So if you are at the beginner of practicing loving kindness, the Buddha said that please do not practice loving kindness to those four types of people. By starting with beloved ones, he also can be traced to more attachment to those beloved ones. If you start spreading loving kindness to at the beginning to loved one, so you may have some strong attachment to that person. So therefore, Buddha said that if you want to develop your loving kindness at the beginning, please avoid beloved ones and dearly one and neutral one, because you are still at the beginning to practice loving kindness. And also the Buddha said that in that book mentioned, the practitioner can be led to increase lust and desire when he focusing on opposite gender person. And he said that please do not spread loving kindness towards the opposite gender. As a result of natural human psychology, right? And also the Buddha, in this book it said that please do not spread loving kindness to dead body, because you may not create any positive things or any kind of positive thoughts. So how should we do that then? The Buddha said that we first develop loving kindness within ourselves, right? Within ourselves, within himself, doing repeatedly in this way. You should develop your loving kindness towards yourself first. May I be happy. May I be happy and may I be free from suffering. May I keep myself free from enmity and also affection and anxiety. And may I be well and happy. So first you generate loving kindness towards yourself, right? Then you can actually spread your life, step by step, you can spread your loving kindness towards other people. So that's how we should do. When one can practice metta to himself, then only he can spread true love towards others, because he has understand how other people feel and how other people like well-being and happiness of others, right? He can himself be an example character to oneself to spread loving kindness towards others. So he can think, who loves himself will never harm others. So if you love yourself, thinking and understanding that love, you may not harm others, right? You may express your love and kindness towards everyone. So when you develop that kind of loving kindness, then you think that may all the beings be free from empty, affliction, enmity, affliction, anxiety, and live happily. May all breathing things, all who are born, all person free from all those personal sufferings. So you can think in that way if you can develop your loving kindness generally, step by step. First, the Buddha said that please develop loving kindness within yourself, and then use you as an example to spread loving kindness towards others. Because if you understand that you don't like to get hurt, if you understand that you don't like to get cheated, and if you understand that you don't like others to blame on you, then please understand yourself, then spread your, then compare. If I don't like those things, others may not like as well. So always start from yourself, within you, and then spread loving kindness towards others. And in the Karaniya Metta Sutta, the Buddha has given some methods to practice loving kindness. How he has explained. Further, we can spread loving kindness from nearest one to the furthest one, right? So you can spread your loving kindness towards the people who are at your home and who are not at your home, and those people who are from other side, right, in the world. And the Buddha said that we can spread loving kindness towards all beings who reside in 10 directions, like such as north, south, east, west, northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest, above and below. So you can spread your loving kindness towards all living beings without any classification or without any discrimination. For all the sentient beings without any classification or without any direction. Consider all the beings who reside in those 10 directions and spread loving kindness towards all of them. And whatsoever living beings who are feeble, strong, long, stout, bulky, medium, short, small, large, seen, unseen, those dwelling far or near, those who are born and those who are to be born. All of them are considered without an exception. Finally, he thinks and he wishes as follows. May all beings be happy and secure. May they be happy and may they be secure. May they have happy minds. Such cultivation bring one of the level of thinking as same as mother. How our mother think? How your mother think? mother always protect the mother. In this sutta here, the Buddha said that such cultivation, such thinking brings to the level of thinking as same as a mother who protects and cares her own child, one and only child. If the mother has only one child, the mother may take any kind of risk to protect or to take care of the child. So, the metta practitioner should spread loving kindness towards each and everyone without any distinction or discrimination, as mentioned in the Karaniya Metta Sutta. How the Karaniya Metta Sutta explain? Mata yatha niyam puttang ayusa eka putta manurakke. We must spread our loving kindness towards all sentient beings, just like mother takes any kind of risk to protect his one and only son. The mother may do anything to protect her one and only son. We should spread our loving kindness towards all living beings without any discrimination, without any preferences, without any classification, or without any classes. So that is how we should the practice. That is how we should cultivate and generate this great quality. If somebody practices, if somebody cultivates, if somebody generates this quality, that person may experience all those types of 11 benefits, and that person be able to die peacefully without having confused mind, and that person may be able to reborn in the Brahma world. That person be able to associate with the good friends, no enemies, no haters, no ill wishers. So always you may experience all the good things around your life, my dear children. Therefore, please put this beautiful teaching into practice. Please apply these beautiful teachings of the Buddha, practice of loving kindness always. Before you go to school, before you go to bed at night, please spread your love and kindness towards everyone. Plus, first, how you should do, spread your loving kindness towards you. May I be free from hatred. May I be free from ill will. May I be well and happy. May I be free from mental and physical suffering. You think first, you spread your loving kindness towards yourself, then towards your parents, then towards your friends, then towards your enemies, then towards your people who live in your state, then towards the people who live in the country, and then towards the people who live in other countries, and then towards the people who live in the world. In that way, please spread loving kindness towards all the beings. I wish you all the best. Akasattha ca bummattha devanaga maiddika punyantang anumoditva chiran rakkantu sasana. Akasattha ca bummattha devanaga maiddika punyantang anumoditva chiran rakkantu desanam. Akasattha ca bummattha devanaga maiddika punyantang anumoditva chiran rakkantu tvantada. I wish you all the best, good luck and good health. May you be well and happy. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May you be able to lead your life happily, peacefully, with the blessings of the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.